Guess when they are being faced on this map, they're not going to try to fall back, or they're not going to be weak, because we saw this map being there from MLT and this team's matchup. But for now, this pistol round is quite a fiery start to the game, as we're Reckoning Esports. They are going to have a quick stroll on the side. It's a 3-on-3 scenario. And considering you have got the side control in the hand, so Reckoning Esports should definitely have a bit of the upper hand.
Oh my god, that's a fast one. Right off the bat, they just rush inside, get the plant. Hopes and ticks now moving in from lane 1, but they have to be aware about Flappin, who hasn't really revealed himself yet. He let Harsh die. That's the biggest bait. I hope it pays off for him.
Here.
Now moving by stairs. At this point, it becomes slightly difficult for Flappin to make an impact, but he's already snuck in towards the first lane. Now him and Hoya can play together. What looked impossible at first now is within their grasp.
In the back lines, even he's being spotted. There are a couple of spam through the smokes. Deadly 10 be taken down only to 10 HP. Nothing will be found in Hoax from the back lines from Generator spot. We'll be able to shut down 2. And God's Reen, they're able to get the grip back inside the site. Try to fake on the other side, or pretty much try to get the other side in the hand. So let's see how this conditioning so far is going to work out. Hirsch was able to squeeze away with a kill. Tix try to play it a little aggressive on that angle. And once again, Reckoning Esports, the conditioning, it's really starting to work out. God's Reen, they're trying to take the fight up close and personal, but so far, Reckoning Esports, they're just waiting patiently.
So when you said that they're conditioning their opponents, were you talking about God's Reign or Reckoning? Because so far,
no, I'm talking about Reckoning.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. They drop the pace all of a sudden, and then God's Reign, a surprise. I mean, poor boy, he tried to re-clear mid. He's like, yeah, these guys aren't here. And surprise, surprise, Flappin's in his face. Oh, and now Hopes is in trouble. He has no backup. The best that he can do is get 1 kill, and that's all she wrote for him.
Operator in the hands of Autumn.
30 seconds.
Or do you get the fake? At the same time, the null command gets popped towards the B side, as well as through their force. This is going to be a very difficult one for God's Reign to hold on to, because the board can't use his Nano Swarm.
30 seconds left.
Clearing a path for his team, and Voya's on the lurk. Nobody will see him coming. Tix and Hoax both shot down in cold blood. And Autumn left scratching his head, wondering where it all went wrong. I think it's difficult to adjust. The rotations are inbound, but Hoax burns one alive. We're poor, making a sheriff sing the songs of death, and oh my god, it is so magical to listen to. Finally, the trades go in the favor of Reckoning Esports, and at least they're able to find their way to the back of site, but they're already so low on health. Hoya's got 1 foot in the grave already.
3 HP, man. Oh boy. They're quite soften up.
1 enemy remaining.
Hoya should not go for any peeks. He did, and Autumn. Beautiful way to close things out from the shadows available. Used on the A side. Perfectly done from Hirsch. This time it's not calculated.
Oh, never mind. He still thought they were close enough. He tried to go for the fake plot.
Spike planted.
He's got just enough time to make it towards 3 and hopefully swing around. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Are you serious? He's going for a very aggro angle. The paranoia just kind of ruins it for him.
I mean, as soon as he got hit by the paranoia, the first reaction should have been just to drop down from that gen spot.
Thrifty.
Yeah, but then that would give away a sound cue and reveal his
I mean, it's
position.
completely fine. You might as well take a chance of you fighting a one-on-one battle.
Side with full force.
Cover going out.
The backup from God's Reign arrived so quickly, and the disrespect of the Reckoning smokes to make that shot work. And Autumn, he sees a pixel and Master's out already. I mean, so to be fair, Master was the only man making a difference for Reckoning. All this time, Vibor's setup was redundant because of Master's suppression. And now without him, it becomes so much harder for Reckoning Esports to make a move.
Still not ready yet.
I mean, F's in the chat for Master, I guess. With the way this man's able to connect these type of shots, Autumn, he's an unstoppable force on the A site. Flavin's managed to sneak quite deep, but they've got all the 5 players available. God's Reen, not even a single scratch on them. And they're looking way good. They're completely down to go for this retake. Unless Reckoning Esports is able to bring some inhuman plays on the board to shut down the enemy team completely. Hunter's Fury utilized to shut down a lockdown, and they will be able to do so successfully enough. Lockdown taken care of. And Reckoning Esports, They've got the grasp on the site completely. Flabin and Hirsch, they've got a crossfire set up, but unfortunately, Flabin gets taken care of. And now Boya's trying to close and personal. He managed to spray down one, but unfortunately doesn't get anyone in the hands.
Yeah, God's Rain basically used the waterfall of death. All of them just peek out of heaven at once. Even if the crossfire is established between Flabin and whoever is playing.
Operator's gonna now start a strike. As the trades did happen. It's a 4-on-4. Side Dreams in the back lines. Doesn't really have a lot of HP to back him up, but still is trying to pistol fight back with his teammate. Recon Dart's gonna scan through, and Reckoning Esports, they get the side in the head quite easily. Last man to go in the name of Ubor. He's trying his best to do anything, but Deadly 10 with a quick tap on the teammate, or with a quick tap on the enemy, taking down to 66 HP. But still, that's not gonna be good enough. Deadly 10 somehow flicks on top of the opponent and takes care of him. And now also trying to get the heaven control in the hand situated. Deadly 10's taken down a bit too low. And Side Dream somehow manages to find two with the Hunter's Fury. He goes huge. And now, suddenly out of nowhere, there's a chance for God's Rain to get this round back in their hands.
Oh man, if God's Rain pull off this Thrifty, it would be heartbreaking for Reckoning. They're having so many Thrifties in this series already, by both the teams. And Sai's ultimate might just make this one work. 3v2 established. Oh, but Flabin and Master, they pick up the pace and the pieces. Aggressive approach. They double up right underneath each other. Just
God's Rain. They're going to fall back to the B side. Switch controls taken away. Reckoning Esports, they have sort of gotten the grip on the site so far, but there's two players in the back lines in the boathouse. Ticks inside. And these two players will need to go huge to try and deny the entire site control. They get blinded. And somehow Reckoning Esports, they're able to get the grip back on the site. Flabin has got the tour de force available and is looking to strike down anyone that stands in his crosshairs.
oh, this time Reckoning Esports don't have anyone playing towards B main. Whatever they have is towards lane 1 and inside the site. God's Rain at least don't have to worry about that at the very least. Flabin playing 109 gets dealt with, but Autumn doubles up. Oh my god, what's happening?
What? What just happened?
Then. Just mouse 1 and W, I guess. It wasn't even that much W. It's more like Reckoning Esports offering the fights to God's Rain.
Now they're also going to have the information that there's no one waiting around there. And Reckoning Esports, they're going to try to make their way quickly enough on the site. Flabin gets one, instantly teleports back to safety. God's Rain, now they're down on a man number, but it's completely fine. And there's also a few players that are lurking around, flanking around from Reckoning Esports. Soon enough, God's Rain are going to be choked in this site themselves, but Autumn's able to try and break free. He breaks the deadlock that he found himself in. Flabin taken care of, but this flank needs to go huge. Side Dreams is going to give all the callouts away. He's tucked into Winery, finds one, but no, it's going to be the answer. Deadly 10 denies that. Instead, he takes him down. God's Rain, they're trying their best to fight back. They're trying their best to break free, and they do.
I mid. And simply to account for Reckoning towards in that area, they went all the way back, but yeah, it's fine now. Nice shot by Flabin. There's still quite a lot of Reckoning players on this site, so attacking this site is going to be a nightmare for God's Rain. They're walking into a trap.
Spike down A.
They're walking into a meat grinder.
Yeah, dude. And it's
They
not
just
a
got
pleasant experience.
Yeah, they just got obliterated on that site. And those quick adjustments, those quick plays, micro plays, whatever you guys want to call it, from Reckoning Esports.
I wish we get to see matches like these anywhere. Flabin still continuing to hold the high ground, even though he was spotted out first. And he gets all the frags. Reckoning Esports, like you said, it is a meat grinder. That's what God's Rain are experiencing again and again.
Only two players left over. You blink it and you miss it.
Yeah.
That's the sort of scenario so far we've been facing inside this entire BO3 series.
Yeah.
The pace is going up out of nowhere, suddenly all the way to the top, and then it's dropping down way to the low. It's really hard to keep up sometimes in between the actions. Yeah, what we know for now is that both the players are quite softened up. They don't even have a lot of HP to back them up. Maybe they're just trying to delay, trying to stall us for as long as possible to maybe make sure they're taking away a couple of guns before they get taken down, but the chances of that happening are super low.
I mean, what can Hook do at this point? Even if he gets a kill or two,
Oh,
it's
no.
fine. He's probably gonna kill Flabin or Deadly, who got the cheaper weaponry. Meanwhile, the Vandal.
Esports. Sometimes they're pushing up aggressively, but within the discipline, within the boundaries. It's just going to add on the cherry on top of the cake. And the close is going to be Deadly 10. He was able to slip away one, but that's all he's going to get. But it's completely fine. If you've got a man like Woya backing you up, what else do you need?
What? But yeah, that's definitely gonna pop some questions in your minds. And the answers to those are not easy to find.
Good presence once again.
He still gets it.
Deadly 10. Yeah. This man. Now they need to start realizing that they're sending Deadly 10 up in front. Real up close and personal. And there needs to be a way to stop this man from doing so. If Deadly 10's been taken down, that's going to be a huge sigh of relief already. Sort of like a head start that Godsreen were probably looking for. Unfortunately for them, not a lot of ultimates left in their hands. Mubor, even he doesn't have the lockdown available. Side Dreams, all he needs is one more orb in the hands. Maybe he will get the Hunter's Fury secured up, but Deadly 10! He goes huge! Good for 3 on the B side, and even Hoax gets shut down. Tix, the last man, up and alive.
Reset required.
And this time, Godsrain even placed all the smokes properly.
One
Last
enemy
time,
remaining.
Woya
30
made things
seconds
very
left.
difficult for them by shooting them down via attacking spawn. I'm sorry, no, not attacking, the defending spawn. But this time, even after doing all the utility placement properly, Deadly 10 just turns out to be a massive Giga Chat. Quad kill for him to secure the map point for his team. Reckon this guy, he's just stubborn, that's it.
Damn, I didn't know that. But Hunter's Fury used. Side Dreams, he did find a tag on the B side. They really are desperate to take the B side of the hand, but Woya and Deadly 10, these two guys, it's indeed a deadly combo. They're not going to let anyone trespass on the B side, and now Deadly 10, he gets a little bit overheated. And Flappin', what was that flick?
Down, B.
Tix being sent back to his childhood with that slap.
Take flight.
Side Dreams with only 25 HP in the hands. Oh, it's really tough.
Oh, Sai doesn't even get a break, man. How will he recover the spike? He's got time, but barely any HP to work with. And even if he gets into the side, Reckoning Esports are going to take their sweet time and double kill. He peeks once again. Unfortunately, Flabin was prepared this time. We're going to load
such a quick map. Such a quick map. And as always, you know, if Reckoning Esports is going to win, Flabin's going to dance. Godsreen. Here we go. Starting off on defense, they will be facing a lot of hardships. It's an attacking-sided map, so you gotta expect a strong start from Reckoning. A strong lead as well. If there's not gonna be a strong lead, then for Godsreen, it should be quite easy to capitalize. Presence was found with the guiding light. But how are they going to try to adapt to that presence? That's what we're here to find out. Aim and presence showcased quite well. The doors are going to be activated as well as they make their presence known towards trees. And everyone's just going to bum rush it down to it on the A site.
Poor before had no chance.
Spike
He even
planted.
got a little smoke as help from Tix, but he got instantly triple peeked, and now Woya's feeling himself. He's not even taking too much damage. He might just be on for the ace over here, and he's already trying to
One
backstab
enemy
them.
remaining.
Flicks onto Tix. There's no way Sai can survive this one. Amassed him. And now look at this setup. Tix is in no way, shape, or form to hold this on his own. He can't even get backup from his fellow breach because the smoke blocks the line of sight, and he's isolated. At least it takes one frag before he finally bites the dust. But this side is well in the grasp of Reckoning.
Indeed it is.
Spike planted.
Spike goes down at the nick of time. This is the Harbor Viper composition at its true potential. Nicely done. They're always able to get the grasp on the side so well. Now just going to try to play off of the post plants. They've got 2 players stacked up towards 3. The rest of the players are going to try to surprise them. And as I said, that's what exactly happens. Flabin, a good spray down on those.
Right? Flabin's flirting with the idea of fighting aggressively.
Yeah.
And now all these snake bites are keeping them at bay. He's challenging the goddamn people in Hall. And there's a triple peek. Woya also not afraid of fighting at all. And this might just backfire for them. The spike didn't go down. And now Reckoning have no
10
backup
seconds
plan.
left.
Yeah, not a huge fan of that
Player
situation, especially when you haven't even got the spike plant down. Flabin shouldn't have went for the challenge like that. Maybe should have just tried to hold down the close quarter.
Make things slightly easier, but this crossfire on the A side between God's it's not the strongest, but it's still going to be very, very effective. Side with a double spray down. And now he's got backup of Autumn too. Flabin trying to keep the hopes alive, but Vibora will snuff it out.
Towards main.
Master, you know he wants it. It's calling up to him. It's beckoning to him. The aggression just doesn't seem to stop. Reckoning Esports have the man disadvantage, and as a result, they have to force these fights. They have to neutralize the advantage somehow, but so far it's backfired for them. The Cosmic Divide, it's so weird because Gods ran out to peek ahead of it, and they still managed to win all these duels.
Wow.
What a
God's
cleanup.
Reed. Yeah, what a flawless take on the
Fair duel with the op. This time the Cascade also won't do much to block his wish in, and he's got it. He's been waiting a long time to make this op sing. His hands had been itching, and now he can finally get that scratch. It's a very satisfying one. Orb collected by Reckoning Esports though, so they're inching closer to their ultimates. Harsh just needs one more point to get the Viper's Pit.
Grounded.
This orb is just too deadly, dude. There's no way Reckoning can find a counter to this. All the Harbor Util in the world is not enough to stop it. Harsh, meanwhile, trying to sneak in towards A. He might just be able to find the gaps. He snuck past Sai. Oh, he's found the needle. He threads it.
No, but they know, I think so. They know it. Look, Tix is checking for it. They're sort of aware of the fact that someone might just be able to sneak in, and yeah, Tix finds it. God's Reen. Perfectly done. Able to sniff out the lurks. Able to shut him down quite easily. That operator, that single-handed opening has changed the entire course of the game, or course of the round.
30 seconds
And Boya
left.
and his teammate Deadly 10 are the last two players left over just to save it out. These two guns are going to be quite crucial in the up. The tension's going to be there. And unfortunately for Reckoning Esports, they've already given heavy presence away towards the C site, and now the adjustments are there from Gotsreen. Side Dreams in close quarters with just a classic in the hand. He's trying to pull something miraculous off. No is going to be the answer. He
10
did find
seconds
one,
left.
but that's all he's going to get. Autumn was able to squeeze away one kill. Close quarter. Shorty, this might just start to ring some dead bodies. Only 8 HP left in the hand. This is quite a mission impossible for Reckoning Esports to pull off, but the players are quite softened up. Autumn in the close quarters with only 8 HP left over. That spam's going to seal the deal. Flabin takes him down. Hoax and Tix now starting to march on over towards the C site. A lot of time is already being bought by Reckoning Esports, but something needs to be done ASAP from Godsreen. That spam's going to find Master, and so far it's working out like charms for them. Flabin is only down to 31 HP, and he's going to have no line of sight on the players going for the defuse. A perfect flash, and Flabin nullified.
Oh, Nooks.
I got your trail.
Good find. The attacking lockdown's definitely now starting to create a lot of space. Seekers are out as well. Reckoning's invested too. Reckoning Esports, some heavy investment done just to get the site control in the hand, but the pathways are completely different. They're trying to pull something miraculous off here, something new, but that's going to be denied completely. The waterfall controls now taken back in the hands of Godsreen, and Hoax single-handedly is an uncrackable wall. Really good stuff from Godsreen. They're able to establish a lead all the way on the defending side, and Vapor finds one through the spam. Not a good news for Reckoning Esports. The stars are not aligned at all. Whatever they're doing is just not working out. Maybe what they're doing is just not the way you're supposed to play it. Godsreen, on the other hand, though, with the amount of info they're able to gather with every single move they're trying to bring to the table, it's impressive. 3 more sheriffs left in the hands of Reckoning Esports to pull off anything. It sounds quite next to impossible. The utility utilization is just perfect from Godsreen. But on the other hand, Reckoning Esports out of nowhere, they're looking to flip the switch, and boy, another cool shot! Right under the dome of the opponent. Sight controls taken from Godsreen, but these sheriffs are now really starting to hurt.
So Hoax decides this is Godsrain's 7th round win in a row. And this is looking scary, man. With Autumn picking up opening frags like these, Reckoning Esports might just be caught napping on their own map pick. I mean, not their own map pick, but yeah, it's Reckoning who's been on this map before. This is Godsrain's debut appearance, but look at that. He's not bust. He has to sign napping. And now he's all the way towards C. He can clear the path for his team. There's only one man who can stop this, and that's going to be Vibor. As long as he can get the spike carrier, it's all Gucci. But there's no way he can get anything.
They realized that the KJ setup is not on the C site, and he somehow found that lurk successfully. And now look, they're also going to take the backside control in the hands. Autumn's got the operator available, but he's soon up. Autumn was able to snuff past it, but it's not going to matter. Hoax and Autumn both being shut down, put to sleep. And now it's a 2-on-4 scenario. Godsreen, with the amount of momentum they've been able to showcase so far, it does seem possible. But now Wubor being shut down as well, it's next to impossible. Wubor really wanted to invest that lockdown, considering it is the last round of the first half, but he didn't have a chance to do so. Last man to go in the name of Tix, and he will be buried in the P. And heavy presence towards the B site. Good flash to get the presence known. Deadly 10 sort of trapped in the corner right there. Autumn was able to shut him down. Pavoya pushes the limits, pushes the smoke, gets the planter down. At least for now, is able to buy a little bit more time for that rotation to come in. Flabin tried to pull something off with the rotating doors, but he was not really able to do so successfully. Hirsch still in the back lines trying to do something, and he does find one with the snake bite. That's a big one too. The spike planter over and over again is being nullified, and now it's down to a 2-on-1.
Whoa!
This is just incredible. Hirsch, with those picks, was able to shut him down completely.
And that's what happens when you try. He can punch God's Rain from back already. They're all hitting the B side. Flabin's in position. Oh no, Boya's found. But in the process of doing so, he sets up the perfect bait for Flabin. Triple once again. And now Deadly chimes in as well. It's all down to Sai. And within a matter of second, it crumbles right before his eyes.
Oh my god, if they're able to pull off this bonus round, it's going to be insane. The amount of economy this team will have stacked up, it indeed's going to be quite noticeable and remarkable. 3-on-1 scenario. Side Dreams trying to pull off some shenanigans, trying to pull off some big brain moves. Let's see if he's going to be able to do so successfully or not. He's found the first map once again. Trigger discipline. Please knife. No.
Yeah.
It's not going to be there.
30
Denied.
seconds left.
Not too greedy for that.
Yeah, I got a little ahead of myself. But hey, this gives him so much room to plant and take post-plant positions.
Spike plant.
Problem is, he doesn't know where they're coming from. He's got one guiding light which just got charged up again, so he can probably use it to figure out if there's any backstabber or not. But no, he's just playing a standard triangle. Nothing fancy. And reckoning are gonna take their sweet time. They know that he could be anywhere. Manually checking every angle. Flabin staying upstairs to cover Harsh. Sound fuse given away. One going towards left, but that's exactly when Flabin peeks from the right, and Sai gets played like a fiddle.
Nicely done, man. Reckoning Esports.
Kill. He would much rather concede the site rather than lose man advantage, but Autumn extends a sharp connection onto his cranium.
That's what I call a skull-cracking shot. That little pixel was more than enough for that man to capitalize on that kill. Autumn, his team doesn't even have the superior weaponry, but still, they have managed to get the site control in the hand. The lockdown will now expire, and this meat grinder will be activated. Hoax gets two with the help of his teammate, and now the last two players are left alive. Reckoning Esports, they have enough amount of money to commit, and they will.
So he could have peeked and destroyed them all, but he doesn't do it. The Reckoning might just change things.
Oh my god!
Is so sharp. What on earth is this guy up to? Vibor puts up a killing spree of his own. But this is such a chaotic affair, because now you've got Vibor isolated from the rest of his teammates, and they're just busy trying to join him. The Hobbit is already challenging him on the site. There's a defuse inside the cove. Apprehended, Master lost, and Deadly picking up all the frags. Vibor is left so confused. Off his util, but that's okay because he can get his high tide again. Flash is great. Autumn holds his ground, walks into the stun, but I think he's still safe. The guiding light from Hoya keeps him alive, and now the Seeker is invested. B-site invasion in progress, but Autumn hustles through the utility unbothered, and now the rotating doors have been activated so they can highway their way towards the C site, simply so that they can avoid the lockdown. And Autumn is a man cold. He doesn't break the lockdown, but he breaks their hearts and their players' skulls.
30 seconds left.
That one single lockdown caused so much chaos on this entire map. Godsreen just were trying to find out some ways to fall back from this site. They did! And Autumn, this man heroically stood up for his team. And now he's also good for 3. Last man to go.
Switch was the A side is hit, so now God's Reign is starting to do what I expected him to do all this time. The orb! It results in death and destruction. Deadly finds the timing, and even Hoya doubles up. Oh my lord. God's Reign, after such a beautiful performance in the previous round, fumbled the bag. This could have been the round that broke the camel's back. If Reckoning lost this round, their economy would have been in the trenches. But now Reckoning can fight back. At least Autumn still keeps the hope alive. He's deep inside enemy territory. And none of the Reckoning members are close to each other. There's no trading potential between them. So Autumn has the opportunity to pick up 1v1s. But Flappin catches him off guard. He looks away at the worst possible time, leaving it all in the capable hands of Hoax. And while he can be sharp and kill Master, he doesn't know where the remaining players are. He saw Flappin towards the other side, but he could have repositioned anywhere up until now.
Hirsch still just positioned himself in that room. And now Hoax will start to fall back. March towards the A side without giving any sort of foot cues away. Just sneaking in. Creeping and crawling his way. He's got 10 seconds left in the hands, Crips. This is quite doable. If he's managing to sneak out this plant somehow, this is indeed doable. The spam's not going to find him because Hoax is planning in quite an unorthodox spot. He does get the spike plant down, and now it's a 1-on-2 activated. 35 HP in the hand, doesn't really have a lot of that to back him up. But if he's able to win these aim duels, then it's going to be solidified pretty well in his hands. Hoax still just waiting for those commitments. He's not going to find any. Catches Flab and slip by. It is also going to use the Rolling Thunder. Man in the close, and still not able to get his hands around, and Hirsch was able to dodge it.
This would have been the perfect
Enough, they still managed to make it in. They're still having a clean stroll on that tree area. Trailblazer utilized to get a little bit of more info. Now they know there's an operator available, so they're not going to peek out towards a lockdown invested by God's Reign. This will force out the players of Reckoning Esports all the way in the back and let the site control take away. Respecting the lockdown, that's what they're exactly going to do. They fall back, but unfortunately, Woya, he gets detained. Definitely not a good news, but Master catches one slip by. This is huge, Master. He's able to get a 2K, and then Deadly 10 surprises from the back, but that spray transfer was inhuman. And Wabor is now starting to close up the distance. He's the only man left alive. The only glimmer of hope in Reckoning Esports. They extinguish that, and they get this map win in the hand, and also the series win.
Deadly 10. This guy definitely has a cape on his back. A heroic spray transfer from him gets Reckoning the dub. It was close and very heavily contested, but they all step up with massive margins in the end.